You are lying still. Your eyes are closed, the room is quiet, and the world is beginning to fade. Then, suddenly, your thoughts stop behaving like thoughts. A voice becomes an image. A memory becomes a physical place. Or you feel a sudden physical jolt, like you are falling through the mattress. These are called hypnagogic experiences. They are the fragmented, unstable mental events that happen as wakefulness collapses, but before true sleep fully begins. We usually imagine falling asleep as a simple mechanical process, as if you close your eyes and an internal switch simply flips from on to off. But your brain is not simply powering down. Instead, its highly organized networks are actively dismantling. Awareness does not suddenly vanish. It breaks apart piece by piece every single night. Researchers studying this transition notice that its electrical patterns mirror another extreme biological event. These same patterns appear in the brief window of severe unconsciousness surrounding near-death experiences, such as cardiac arrest. Both transitions pass through the same neurological corridor, a space where the architecture of consciousness changes shape. To understand why drifting off to sleep resembles approaching death, we have to look at what physically holds our reality together when we are wide awake. Waking consciousness relies on a synchronized exchange of signals across brain regions, flashing in a rhythmic pattern. As sleep approaches, the thalamus begins blocking external sensory information. Inside, the prefrontal cortex, responsible for logic, reduces its activity drastically. This creates a severe imbalance. While the logic center powers down, sensory fragments and emotional memories remain highly active, making internal signals louder than external ones. This is why a forgotten face can suddenly appear behind your closed eyelids, or why you might hear a name spoken in a silent room. The brain is still actively generating content, but the neurological system that verifies whether that content makes sense has abandoned its post. A similar process occurs when the brain is starved of oxygen during a catastrophic event like cardiac arrest. We often imagine a dying brain instantly flatlining into silence, but scientists have observed sudden gamma activity surges, high-frequency electrical bursts associated with conscious processing that briefly erupt as biological systems fail. Both hypnagogia and oxygen-starved collapse are transitional boundaries. Ordinary neural coordination breaks apart, causing neurons to fire intensely but without their normal regulating rhythm. This intense electrical instability explains why the edge of life, much like the edge of sleep, produces vivid, illogical internal realities. Despite these electrical parallels, the outcomes are different. Near death is the progressive and irreversible failure of oxygen-starved cells. Sleep is a carefully staged and biologically protected reorganization. In deep, slow-wave sleep, chaotic fragments synchronize into large, slow pulses. These act like a tide rolling across the cortex, flushing out metabolic waste. This active biological reorganization functions as a vital maintenance sequence, ensuring the system survives for another day. The border between wakefulness and sleep shows that awareness is not tied to one single location in the brain. It depends on timing, on how and when distinct regions communicate together. Consciousness is a multi-layered gradient. As the timing of your brain regions shifts, the fabric of your reality shifts with it. Every single night, you pass through this fragile loss of identity, momentarily surrendering your waking self to silent biological systems. This state feels mysterious because it allows us to briefly witness what it looks like when consciousness lets go, but life continues, just before the memory doorway closes. If this hidden biology fascinates you, stay curious. In our next video, we will explore the exact neurological minute a true dream begins.